I'd honestly never seen a single episode of this TV show, Breaking Bad, up until maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was at Best Buy, looking around, seeing what sales they had on and stuff, and I saw season 1 on sale for $15, usually $40. And just a few days before that, I was talking to one of my brothers about it, and he was saying it's a good show, he's seen it every now and then. And the plot, I never actually knew what the plot was. I just knew it was Hal from Malcolm in the Middle, the dad from Malcolm in the Middle. I just knew that it was his new show. And so I never really knew the plot, but the plot sounded interesting to me, which I'll get to in a second. So I picked it up. I got season 1 here. It's only $15. It's usually $40, and Blu-ray is even more expensive than that. Season 2 of Blu-ray, which I'm going to get, but I've already seen because I watched it online. It's on sale for $25. I'm going to get that. Kind of irrelevant right now. So the plot of this story, I watched all 3 seasons in probably about a week and a half to 2 weeks, and that was in the past 2 weeks. And because I got this and I wasn't sure, I was like, okay, if I get it, it'll be good. If I get it and it's good, then good. I have a cool new DVD for my collection. And if it's bad, whatever. There's only $15 for a whole season of a show, even if there is only 7 episodes. AMC just usually has short episodes or a small amount of episodes. So anyways, I got it, and it was very good. It was very good. I don't really, because I watched all seasons in such a small time period, I don't really remember what happened in what season. I, for the most part, remember the things that happened in this season, and I'll try and focus on that only, and I'll just give the basic plot line so that I don't give anything away, because of course it's a TV show you want to watch, and it to be spoiler free. So what the plot is Bryan Cranston plays Walter White, a high school chemistry teacher who discovers that he has lung cancer, and the doctor says that it is kind of serious, and he only has about 2 years to live. His son, his 16-year-old son, 15 or 16-year-old son, has cerebral palsy, I believe, and his wife is pregnant with a child that wasn't planned. So, being a high school teacher, he only makes about $40,000-$50,000 a year, and his wife doesn't work because she's pregnant and has just been at home caring for their son and stuff. So he decides one day when he is on a drug bust ride along with his brother-in-law, who is a DEA agent. It's the bust meth. He's already kind of considering it before he goes on this ride along, and then he goes there, and his brother-in-law and his brother-in-law's partner go inside to clear the place out and stuff. And then he sees one of his former high school students jumping out the top window, and so he realizes that his former student is the one that they went there to bust. And so he follows him home, and he proposes that they cook methamphetamine together, crystal meth. And they do that. They eventually get an RV, and they go out into the desert. They live in New Mexico. They go out into the desert, and they cook crystal meth there. And a whole lot of crazy stuff happens. This show is uncensored, so there is quite a lot of crazy stuff going on. There's a few parts that are actually kind of gory. There's a lot of interesting things that happen, needless to say. This is by AMC, the same network that carries The Walking Dead. That was a very good series, the first season. So as you can probably guess, this is a very good one. Not only that, but Bryan Cranston actually won 3 Emmys in a row past 3 years for his role in Breaking Bad. And unfortunately, I don't think he is even going to be nominated this year, because season 4 of this show was supposed to be in March, but it was postponed till July, and the Emmys or whatever take place before that. So unfortunately, he won't win a role. And if you watch Malcolm in the Middle, you know how Bryan Cranston, when he played Hal, was always in his underwear for some reason. And I thought, I wonder if he's going to be in his underwear in this show. And I see the DVD, and he's standing there in his underwear. The very first scene of this entire show is him driving the RV with a gas mask on in his underwear. Very, very strange. And it's just a very, very good show. Definitely one of my favorites now. How I didn't hear about this before, I don't know. But I'm glad I hadn't really watched it before, because I hate that when you're watching a TV show when it's new, a new episode on TV, and then it ends on such like a cliffhanger, and you can't keep watching. On the other hand, I watched on DVD, and I watched seasons 2 and 3 online, so I was able to keep watching and keep watching. Probably watched a little bit too much and devoted too much time in the past 2 weeks to that. However, it's that good of a show. Definitely get this. Try and find it on sale, though, because it's only 7 episodes for $40. I luckily got it for $15, so only about $2 an episode, $2.10 an episode, around there. So it's good. It also stars Aaron Paul, You may see him in this show, and then you'll be like, where do I recognize him from? I believe I recognize him from The Last House on the Left. He plays one of the bad guys in that movie, but he really hasn't done a whole lot else. But I'm sure you will recognize him here. I'll try to hold this up. Maybe you'll recognize him. If you can't see it on here, maybe just Google him, Aaron Paul. He plays this Bryan Cranston's former student who already is a meth dealer, but then Bryan Cranston starts cooking with him, and they get the purest meth around. And that's why later he starts going into he gets more into the drug world and kind of gets a reputation for having this really good meth. And like all shows, I don't really want to talk about seasons 2 and 3 too much, because I'll eventually do that in the future. But eventually it gets to the point where it's kind of like, what can they really do now? It was like Prison Break, where they kept on going and going, and it was really good at first, and then it slowly kind of like, okay, well, I guess they're coming up with new ways. It's still good. Don't get me wrong. First season was the best though, out of all three, I believe. That's my opinion. But it really kind of, seasons 2 and 3, things happen, and it's like they could end it, like something good happens, and they could end it on that. But then they make something bad happen and make the show keep going, and they throw twists in there. Of course, they have to do that to keep shows going. So like continuous ones like this, dramas and stuff. But although this is a drama, there is comedy in here. There's a lot of humor. There's a lot of weird stuff and sick humor, but regardless of that, it is good. His wife in this show, I guess it's her acting, but I can't stand her. And I know I'm not the only one, because when I was reading about the show online, everyone else said they hate her. And it's not even her acting though. It's something about her, just looking at her. You ever see those people that just looking at them just annoys you? She's one of those people for some reason. I don't really know why. There's another guy, a drug dealer that they deal with, Tuco. He's pretty sweet. He's a psycho. He's a pretty big psychopath. So anyways, check this season out. I almost said check this movie out. Check this TV show out for sure. If you've seen it, you absolutely know what I'm talking about. It's an amazing show. I've seen very little negative feedback about the show. Maybe one comment ever. And it was someone complaining about one episode of the show. I did see maybe 2 boring episodes of the whole seasons. Out of all the seasons, maybe 2 boring episodes. And that is 33 episodes. So they've had 46 episodes, because there was 33 and then 13 in season. No, that doesn't make sense. Because if you look in their IMDb, it says there's 46 episodes, so maybe they're already counting 46 as season 4. So it's been 3 seasons. 4th season starts in July. Maybe catch up, buy these DVDs, and watch the show before the new season comes out in July, and enjoy this. Seriously, such a good show. Real good.